The Shippensburg University football team returned 16 starters from a squad that in 2015 won 8 games. There's 9 starters back on defense, including the entire secondary, and 7 starters back on offense, including the entire offensive line. Let's take a look at how the Red Raiders are shaping up for the 2016 season.
Bend. You got it right there. Good. Hit. Right. Bend. There you go. Eyes to the sky, son.
Yeah, I'm very impressed with the way these guys are flying around the field and practicing right now. They are on a little bit of a mission, and there's the passion, there's the pride, and there's a commitment to one another to make sure that they don't let each other down and they work as hard as they possibly can. So it's been a real good camp so far. But yet we got a ways to go.
And from a defensive perspective, I was pleasantly surprised and very well pleased with all the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Like you said, they came in with a hunger for it. They kind of knew what to expect this season, and they came in top-notch shape, and they're ready to play. Well, we're very fortunate to have Allen Holman back, who was an all-conference player last year. He's picked up right where he left off. He's doing a tremendous job. Both Kevin Goldsmith and Tyler Emge got plenty of snaps last year. And again, they haven't skipped a beat since the spring practices. We're really excited about them. And then we got a number of young guys pushing for positions. Stephen Kane, Christian Brown, Darius Wills, and even redshirt freshman Colin Williams. So, those guys are just really banging away. Plus, we're pretty excited about the recruits that we got this year, freshman recruits at linebacker. So it's been a pretty fun camp so far. They're running around and really enjoying playing the game. Well, there's nine starters back from last year's team. So, obviously we're coming in here pretty excited. As always, we're cautiously optimistic, but with 9 guys returning, they know what to do, and they know what to tell the young guys to do, and that part's been the exciting part. We have a pretty good idea of what's expected and what our goals are. So when we come out here, we've got a single purpose. I think if anything, we just need to continue improving on everyday technique work. We need to, and when you've been in the program this long, like some of these guys had, maintaining your focus and maintaining your excitement week in and week out, so you can play at your top level every week.
Well, one of the first things I told them when we came back to camp, we have the ability to be one of the better D-lines in the league, in the conference. But the thing is, they had to earn that right to be one of the top D-lines in the league. And they have been working very hard throughout camp. One nice thing I told them, you need to be role models for those young kids. And these older guys have been good role models for our freshmen. They've done a really good job so far in camp.
What are some of the things?
But on the practice field, they got to practice hard every single day. That's the most important thing. They got to treat practice as if it is a game day. And Richard Nase is a good prime example of that. He practices like it's game, and the younger kids see that, and it's going to translate into the game situation. You practice hard, and it makes games a lot easier, and it's going to get us ready for Saturdays.
Defensive backs, they've really come together with a lot of communication and checks. They've been able to force turnovers every day in practice. We've had every practice where we've at least got an interception, doing a great job of really attacking the ball. Our guys have really come together and really been students of the game and studying and figuring out what other teams are doing. All these guys are back. They've got big game experience. I'm real excited. I think the sky's the limit for them. They just got to come to work each day, continue to find their techniques, and continue to keep working day in and day out.
We focus a lot on conditioning and strength, because in the PSAC, every team is strong. Every team is working hard in the off season. So we have to remember that and push ourselves harder, because games are won in the off season, actually, if you believe it or not. We have to remember that, and it's like push each other every day.
Our team, we've really bought into the whole pig idea that Coach Mack is always referencing, and we've really committed to the team. And we realize that you want to be a better team, you have to commit in the off season and do those extra things that players aren't willing to do. So a lot of our players have really been working hard. I know a lot of them have been working out together and coming up here and meeting up and working out. And so it's really, you can tell the difference just from the first day we came here, and just by that conditioning test. There was a huge difference between how many kids passed, and not just passed, but actually excelled with it and did well with it and beat the standards than what many of the coaches would have thought. And that surprised me, and it's really opened my eyes, and it makes me excited.
Now, in
And since we already have that past experience of being as a group, as a defense, a lot of the players, these younger players, are seeing it, and they're stepping up, and they're just learning from us. They're aggressive. They're all running to the ball, and we're really starting to build a real tight, real knit group defense here. And it's exciting to be able to get all those players back with all that experience, and it saves time on the teaching, and that's more time to work on all of the little stuff that we weren't doing last year, and that's the time to perfect it. And it's really exciting, and it's fun. It's great to be a part of the Wolfpack.
Getting better every practice is our main goal right now, because that's how we're going to get to where we want to be at the end of the season.
And we have coaches that always point out the little things that we have to correct. So once we correct those little things, then it's building from there. So every day we get to build, every day we get to learn something new, and it's a blessing being able to have that.
We have to practice like champions to be champions, really. We have to come out every day, mentally focused, and perform our top performance, because we practice how we play.
The biggest thing is we got to play 60 minutes of football. We got to be more consistent, and we got to be disciplined. We talk about playing 60 minutes. We talk about playing every play, 100% heart on every play, 100% effort on every play. And if we do that, we'll be all right.
There's last year, but this isn't last year. So now we're going to have to work harder than we had to last year. We worked hard last year, but not hard enough, and we realize that now. So if that means doing that one more sprint, then that's what we'll do. If that means one more rep, then that's what we'll do. I mean, yes, I had a good year, but I wasn't satisfied. I mean, people think I did well, but that wasn't enough for me. And I've worked harder than I did last year, this year, because I know that's what I have to do to get to that level. If I want to make that step, that's what the whole defense has to do. If we want to meet our expectations and our goals, that's what we are doing. We're taking those steps, and we're working hard every day to get to that point and reach our goals.